Hi there, my name is Aliyah, and I'm here to give you some information about what's going on energetically because there's a lot going on right now, huh? Well, if your life is completely shifting under your feet, you may want to hear this. And astrology and energetics will not stop the shifting under your feet. However, it may help you to understand more what's going on, the bigger cycles, and how things are building up their energy till the end of the year. And we're going to see this kind of duking it out between the powers that be with the people's desire to be free. And you don't need astrology to tell you that. But it is actually in the astrology, so it's kind of interesting. There might be things that are there that could help you to understand more what's going on in your place in it. Okay, so let's start with the fact that the new moon is in solar eclipse in Taurus. Now, it is a partial eclipse, and there's a Taurus stellium. Now, what's a stellium? A stellium is when four or more planets are together, and it's powerful when they're all in the same sign together. And in our chart tonight, we have two stelliums. We have the Piscean stellium and the Taurus stellium. So first I'm going to talk about the Taurus stellium, which is a call to our Mother Earth and to a rebirthing concept that we are all holding on to for our garden planet to be, rebirthed again into the planet we know it can be. So blessings to that. Let's send out a prayer for our Earth. We just had Earth Day, and so much of us are like saying, we can't go on the way we have been. We never wanted it to be this way. There were certain corporations and powers that be that decided, yeah, let's torch the planet. And we just got, no, it's time to just stand and say no. And that's what all this Taurus energy is really about. It's the Earth life, forces aligning the moon and the sun in 10 degrees Taurus, and then 14 degrees is Uranus. Now, Uranus is a planet of sudden changes. And with the North Node there, we have what we've come to learn. So we have a lot of things that are giving us the opportunity to change our lives. So it's really a time to reevaluate right now and figure out maybe the thing in my life that I thought I wanted is not really what I want. Maybe I want other things. It's just time to really reevaluate. And Uranus will do that because it is a planet of sudden changes, but it also has a very important, crucial part in human life in that it's an 84-year cycle, and at 42, which is the opposition, that's oftentimes when people's midlife crisis will come up. And it's because they're not living in alignment with their highest self or their greatest good. And so life will change things so that you have the opportunity to do that. So that's kind of what's going on with this Uranus energy, with all of us kind of feeling this Uranian energy that's there with the new moon energy, and then it's all sextile. Now, sextile is an interesting harmonious aspect. It's 60 degrees, so it's a real positive one. And the interesting thing is that we're looking at this, both the stelliums, one in Pisces, which I'll go over in a second, and the one we just went over in Taurus, are 60 degrees from each other. And then the Piscean stellium is also 60 degrees from Pluto in Capricorn. So it's just it's very harmonious for all this change that needs to happen, which is a really kind of giving us a push in the right direction. So now let's talk about the Piscean stellium that has Jupiter and Neptune, which I talked about on April 12th, that was when they first came together. And if you want to know more about that, you can click on the video that I made about that very vital conjunction that was about big revolutions, big understandings, big dreams or big deception. And it's really about us choosing love or fear. So that's what's very important about the Piscean energy there. But what's also now we have Mars that is giving energy and Venus that is receiving energy, both there as well. So that's all in Pisces, and Pisces has this wonderful kind of sanctuary feel that has a lot to do with meditation and mindfulness. And so that's really where your source is right now and always is. But I think, especially right now, a good time to meditate with this new moon happening. Now, if you know about new moon, full moon cycles, is that, you know, as the new moon, and you might cut your hair at the new moon or plant a seed, then it's going to grow with the moon as it grows. So it's actually a very, very good thing to be aware of these new moons, and that's a good time to start a new project or, you know, just think about it. There's a lot going on right now, so you may not want to actually try to manifest it, but start with just imagining it, getting focused on what it is that you want to focus, you know, your energy towards in the next, you know, latter part of this year and onward. So I think that it's a re-establishing a deeper connection with your choices and really reevaluating what it is that you think is most important for you, because it's changing. A lot of people's, you know, values are changing for the better. Okay, so basically, we are talking now about the Aquarian age that's happening. Is very slow. Now, Neptune went into Aquarius a long time ago. It was in 98, I think, you know, and we were all celebrating, yeah, Neptune in Aquarius. Yeah, the Aquarian age was nowhere to be seen, really. I mean, it's happening slowly as we all wake up, but it's still going to be some time. And a lot of people are saying that Saturn is in Aquarius now, which is a new structure that it's more honoring for the people, their needs, and that are rising up. But it's really when Pluto, which is now in Capricorn, when that goes into Aquarius, I think we're going to see some big changes. So I want to give you some dates on that. So Pluto is in Capricorn, which is about control from the top down, grasping at their power, you know, while it's slipping away. So that is really what's happening now, is we're seeing a lot of that going on and the disclosure that's happening around it. So Pluto is also, as I said, sextile from the stellium in Pisces. So there's a real, you know, water dance, I like to say, going on with that energy of change and growth. And again, that mindfulness is really going to be your tool to keep centered during all these changes. Well, you know, planets, they go in and out and back and forth, and you're kind of like, okay, just going, but they don't. They take time. And there's reasons for that. And that's because when there's a change happening, it'll move forward into the change, but then it wants you to recap and kind of go back over anything else that still needs to change. And then you can move forward with the energy, with everything in alignment. So that's kind of the rhythm of what these planets are doing. So Pluto will not be in Aquarius until March 23rd, 2023. And that's when it will go into Aquarius, but just for a short time till, let's see, I believe it was June 11th, 23. And then it will begin to head over to Aquarius. After it goes out, it will go back in again, and it will start January 21st, 2024. So that may be, you know, at least the Pluto in Aquarius era that's going to be happening for 20 years and will be, I feel, very important to our transformation as a planet. So that's what we're working towards, right? But, you know, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's go ahead and look and see what's happening, you know, that just recently happened in February, on February 20th. Some people are calling it Revolution 2.0. And what it is that the U.S., you know, has a chart, and its Pluto was at 27 degrees, 32 seconds. and when it was birthed in 1776, well, it came back to that degree on February 20th. So we're like, wow, what does that mean? Well, it means that there's a lot of energy for change happening with the United States. And it's going to be very interesting times, especially because there's a lot of other things that are happening. Now, it will happen that it goes into Aquarius, as I said, in January 2024. That's when Pluto goes into Aquarius. But until then, we're going to see that it goes back in July of this year at 2732 degrees as well. So it's going to be going in and out, kind of touching that hot spot and backing away and touching that hot spot and then going right over and through it. So that's kind of like the energetics of what's happening there. So I think that I covered most of what I wanted to tell you. I mean, this 2023 is interesting because it is at 2012 and 2032. It's right in the middle at 2022. So if it's right in the middle, what does that mean? And I think it means that it's a real turning point. It's really a time when we can say, wow, we don't really like where things have been in a lot of areas. We want things to change. And how are we going to do that when so many of the corporations and the politicians and the elite have got it squared up for this great reset? But I believe there will be a great escape. I believe that the people will rise up and they will not adhere, and that there will be other forces from other, dimensions, and the Galactic Cooperative, Federation is there to help us make it through this transition. So 2022 will be an opportunity for reevaluation, repair, rapid expansion, and possibly deception if you get into that fear focus. But if you stay clear of the fear, stay clear of the fear so that you can be aware of all the things that are there to help you. Neptune is the planet, connected with compassion, and it's with Jupiter, so it's a big time for compassion. A lot of people want to see the world grow into the loving, connected planet that we know is possible, that is slowly happening now with the internet. So many of us all over the world are connected. So I think there's some really wonderful things to look forward to as we focus on the positive aspects of our life and see what we have to give. What do we have to help this change? So, 22 is a year to align your goals and redefine your priorities. It's a year that'll bring you closer to a lot of your real instincts and intuition to guide you, and you'll be focusing on taking time to unite and with your loved ones, with nature, with meditation, taking time for yourself to really understand that your choices that you make in the dialogue you have in your head is really going to be the most important aspect with where you end up. And you need to know you will end up in the perfect place and situation as long as you listen to your intuition, walk with love, and have your eyes set on peace. Well, I hope this was a good information session for you, and I look forward to doing some more. If you like what you heard, click on the others here, and if you like, subscribe, and you can ring that bell and you can get a little mention for that I've made another video. Most love, being sent to all of you. I'm so grateful to be in a place where I can offer some insights that may be helpful to you. And if you're interested in an authentic life reading, get a hold of me through Facebook, Aliyah Selah. I'd be more than happy to talk with you. And also, I do have a tarot reading that you can go to online at any time at transparenting.net/tarot. Okay, well, have a good one, and God bless you all, knowing that this is a good time to be alive. We are at ringside seats with the transformation of our planet, and there's nothing that can go wrong except for understanding that, you can't do more than what you can do. All you can do is keep focused on who you are, what you're here for, and how you want to serve in the planet's awakening. Blessings.